What's up and welcome back to Vibe with V. We are now vibing. Today we're getting down on some cinnamon rolls because homemade cinnamon rolls are everything, especially during the holidays. They're like nice and warm and inside is so ooey gooey. Ooh. First, we're gonna get down on some dough. Then we're gonna make a nice buttery, cinnamony filling. And then we're gonna top it off with some icing. So if you wanna check it out, follow along. Okay, so first we need to activate our yeast. I have this dry yeast. We're gonna mix it up and we're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. Let's start off with warm milk. I'm gonna add our butter. It's always better to bake with room temperature butter. It's just easier to work with. Then I'm gonna add 1 egg. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this all together. So we need to proof our yeast. I'm gonna cut this open and then we're gonna go ahead and let this sit for 5 to 10 minutes. We'll start seeing it bubble up. So I'm just gonna mix that in a bit. So once this starts bubbling up, we're gonna know it's activated and then we'll set this aside for 5 to 10 minutes. So while that sits and proofs, we're gonna go ahead and mix our dry ingredients. We have our flour here, we have sugar, and we have salt. Beautiful, let's just sift this all together. Okay, so we sifted all of our dry mix. Let's go ahead and mix, and then the yeast is almost ready. All right, so now back to our liquid mixture. You can see that it is now clumping up. That's how you know the yeast is activated, and we can go ahead and add it to our dry mix. So as we mix, you can see that the dough is starting to form. You always want to be careful with dough. You can always put more flour, but you can never take it away. Let's go ahead and work it on the cutting board. I'm just gonna spread some flour around and start kneading it. You want to knead it for about 5 to 10 minutes until it really smoothens out, and you're going to really see the difference. So we're starting to get a little bounce back. We want this to be extremely smooth. Okay, so as soon as your dough is nice and smooth, it's not sticky. You'll see if you press down, it will pop up and form. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grease our bowl a little bit. I'm gonna throw it in the warming jar for 30 minutes. You can throw it in the oven, heat up your oven to 100 degrees, turn it off, pop this in 30 minutes, come back. Or you could just leave it room temperature sitting for an hour. We're gonna pop this in the warming jar and then we'll be back. So we're making a super easy filling: butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. We're just gonna mix this all together. Our dough is nice and ready. Look at that. Our dough has doubled in size. Check it out. Whoo! Nice, nice, nice. So I'm just gonna let all the air out and then we're gonna start letting it take form. You wanna get this nice and evenly shaped so when you roll it up, it's even. I use a food scraper to make the edges just right. Now let's just add our filling. And now we're just gonna roll. You wanna make sure you're rolling this very tightly. So start on one end. Beautiful. You wanna go ahead and shape it up a bit. And then we're just gonna go ahead and cut these up. Now they're all cut up, we're gonna grease up our pan and then let them rise. I'm adding this to a round baking dish. This recipe will make 2 round baking dishes, but you can put this on a baking sheet. So I got these all covered. I'm gonna go ahead and add them to the warming jar for about 20 to 30 minutes, and these are gonna rise again. All right, look at these. They plumped up. We had them in the warming jar for 30 minutes. These are ready to pop in the oven. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven and get our icing ready. Now, my favorite part, the icing. We got some cream cheese. We went ahead and let that get to room temperature. We have powdered sugar. You want to do powdered because this is going to mix a lot easier. We have some milk. And then we're going to add some vanilla extract. Again, if you have a hand mixer or a stand mixer, use it. You want to make sure that you mix it very well and get all the clumps out. Or have your man buy you a hand mixer. Ooh, look at this. You want to let this cool a bit before we put on our icing. That way the icing just doesn't melt. Smells delicious. Let's go ahead and top our icing now. Look at how creamy that icing is. Yes. All right, took a little time, but we did it. I can't even wait to jump in this. That dough is so light and fluffy. It's like airy. And then the cinnamon, it's not overpowering. And then that ooey gooey icing, yo, this is bomb. And the tartness in the cream cheese really balances out the whole experience. And babe, this is one of my holiday faves. I only make this on the holidays because it is carb loaded and this is a only special occasions dish. So if you like this video, go ahead, give me a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you soon with a new recipe, okay? Peace. So pretty.